Hello everyone, my name is the Clever Fool. Today I'll be playing the 5th mission in the historical battle section, titled Honfoglalás, 895. Pushed westward into Europe by rival tribes, the Magyars entered the rich Pannonian plain. Here they will find grazing lands for their horses, and eventually a home for a new Hungarian state. In this scenario, you will play as the Magyars. Let's go ahead and get into it.
Throughout Europe, church bells ring while screams and the smell of burning wood fill the air. Everybody knows of the terror of the Vikings and their feared longships, but those who dwell inland face another horror. Magyar horsemen strike deep into the European heartland, raiding, plundering, and killing without distinction. These nomadic pagans come from far to the east, where they were driven out from their homelands by their aggressive neighbors. Now they have arrived in Europe, and their lightning-quick raids terrify the locals. The rulers of Europe are powerless to stop these swift-mounted marauders. Raiding, however successful, cannot sustain the Magyar tribes forever, and they are ready to settle down. Scouts have found a suitable location to the south. Large open grasslands, similar to the steppes of the Magyars' ancestral home, lie within the Carpathian Basin. Only the eastern Franks, Moravians, and Bulgarians stand in their way. If the Magyars can defeat them, the tribes will once again have a land to call their own.
Alright, our main objectives are to defeat 2 of the 3 main factions, Bulgaria, Great Moravia, and East Francia. Our secondary objectives are to build a town center, and if we do so, we will lose the benefits of nomadism. To be allowed to advance to the Castle Age, I have to defeat the Avar tribes, where I don't actually have to have a town center, but I have to still defeat the Avar tribes. I wonder how that works, actually. While nomadic, bringing sheep to the enclosure to generate food, and while nomadic, raise buildings to loot additional resources. While nomadic, destroy town centers to capture villagers. Aha, I see. This will be an interesting one, because we'll have to transition from nomadic to civilized, I guess, at some point in the scenario, and we have to decide when. The Magyars can support a population limit of 100 when nomadic and 150 when sedentary. There are other restrictions as well, unique to this scenario, since they are a nomadic people. For example, the Castle Age research will only become available once the Avars are defeated, and the Imperial Age research will only become available once one of the other main factions, Great Moravia, East Francia, or the Bulgarians, is defeated. The Magyars gain resources from looting enemy buildings and sending captured animals to their pen. They also capture enemy villagers when they destroy an enemy town center. Think carefully about when you want to build your town center. You will lose the benefits of the nomadic way of life, and the conversion to a sedentary lifestyle will be slow. However, it will be difficult to hold on to nomadism for the entire game. The enemy will not sit idle while you raid, so keep them on their toes and harass their economies to keep them weak. The Bulgarians are a tempting target for raids, so you could consider opening hostilities and attacking their lands. Just be careful not to take on too many enemies at once. Your scouts report that the Magyars in Sion have left their old homeland on the steppe in exchange for the rich pastures of the Carpathian Basin in Eastern Europe. They rely on livestock and raiding to fuel their expansion. If that ceases, the only way to survive will be to become like the Europeans and build town centers, houses, castles, and farms. The Avars in Orange reside next to the Magyars. Once a powerful nomadic people themselves, they are now scattered and weak. It is advisable to raid and pillage their camps in order to grow stronger. Their army consists of cavalry archers, scout cavalry, and Tarkans. To the north, Great Moravia and Yellow dominated Bohemia and its surrounding lands for centuries, but they too have become weak because of internal conflicts and rivalries with their neighbors. They have a few castles, but those can be easily evaded. The Moravians train swordsmen and pikemen, which are no match for the Magyar mobile cavalry forces. East Francia, in red, lies to the west and is one of the strongest powers in the region. Previously part of the Great Carolingian Empire, They remain powerful even after its division and can field a powerful army behind the strong fortifications that defend their lands. They will train crossbowmen, skirmishers, heavy cavalry, Teutonic knights, and mangonels. The Bulgarians in green to the south have no quarrel with the Magyars and are on friendly terms. However, that does not mean that they should be left in peace. They have many fortified bases, but their villages are poorly defended. They will train swordsmen, light cavalry, and conics. There are rumors that the Byzantines in blue have sent a delegation to these lands to seek allies in their war against the Bulgarians. Their proposal may be of interest to the Magyars. Okay, let's get started.
We are the dead arrows that will strike Europe. We will take this land by force.
Szolgálatára.
Szolgálatára. Építkezek.
Parancs. Építkezek.
Alright, so the first thing that we want to do is try to kill off yellow here. If we can kill off yellow, then the rest of this level is possible. Otherwise, it really isn't.
Jó napot ettem. Megyek. Építkezek. Parancs. Igen.
So while our light cavalry are dealing with this TC here, I'm going to send my cavalry archers north to where I know there's another TC. And actually there's going to be a lot of soldiers there too. We need to kite them out. I expect to see a bunch of spearmen here. Okay, my next 100 food is going to go towards fletching.
Igen, megyek.
These villagers can come build a dock here. The second TC needs to go down first, or second, rather, because it has a lot of stuff near it. There's another more vulnerable TC elsewhere, but the problem is that if this area is allowed to build up too much, your starting raiders are not going to be able to deal with it. Okay, so this is where the second TC is.
Jó napot. Igen. Jó napot. Fát vágok. Parancs. Igen, bányászok.
Let's bring our reinforcements through. We lost a lot of our light cavalry here, which kind of sucks.
Igen, igen. Igen, pásztál, menjünk. Parancs. Azonnal. Pásztál. Jó napot. Megjelenik.
Okay, let's reconvene here.
Igen. Jó napot. Parancs. Értettem. Igen, egy azonnal. Bányászok.
I don't want these fishing ships idle. I want them working for me. I'd like to get barding armor soon if I can. I shouldn't have lost so many scouts. But I feel like I had to in order to take the TC down. Alright, great. We're getting Barden armor soon. Let's go for the market next. Got reinforcements now. Very good. As soon as our reinforcements arrive, I'm going to start dinking this town center. Cool. Now, if we're able to get this town center, that'll be Francia out, which will be a huge boon for us. I'm going to start walling up. As weird as that might sound, since we're playing the nomadic lifestyle. Let's send some more light cavalry here. I'd like to get archer armor too, if possible. The TC is slowly but surely coming down.
We spotted a Byzantine encampment to the east. They may have something to offer us.
Let's do archer armor now. That's the third TC down.
Szolgálatára. Érted, igenis. Fát vágok.
I like to try to hunt down more villagers now. Okay, that's another villager down. Good.
Jó napot.
Let's bring these raiders out.
Igen. Építkezek.
Did that guy just fall over on his own? Are they suiciding? If they're suiciding, that would greatly suit me. Yep, they're suiciding. That is bloody fantastic news for us. Because what that means is that we can now turn our attention to the Avers.
Szolgálatára.
Let's kill off this wolf with one of our light cav. Okay, gather our units together. And prepare to make some waves here. Okay, fortunately for us, it seems like these guys haven't developed too much.
Parancs. Jó napot. Építkezek. Építkezek.
Okay, let's try taking this TC now. Get some more cavalry archers out. Let's pick up stone mining tech. I need as much stone as humanly possible so we can finish our walls. Let's kill that wolf. Well, that's red on us already. When did this happen? Oh, this is horrible.
Igen, parancs. Értettem. Szolgálatára. Bányászok. Megyek is.
If this is happening already,
Jön azonnal.
then we don't have very much time at all.
Szolgálatára. Építkezek.
This is going to be a race to see who dies first. Us or them. Us or Orange.
Jó napot. Parancs. Értettem. Igen, építkezek.
Alright, we need to kill Orange as soon as possible so we can get our castle up.
Szolgálat parancs. Igenis. Építkezet.
Let's get that completed.
Szolgálat. Igen. Bányászok.
Great.
These of ours were like us once, but they grew soft and weak from the plunder that they gained.
Megy építkezet.
A wise lesson is to be learned.
Okay, abandoning our nomadic ways is something that I'm willing to do now. Let's recover these sheep.
Parancs.
And I'm willing to do this.
Nomadic days are over.
Jó napot,
We
megyek.
will no longer benefit from our old ways.
Azonnal. Építkezek.
Jó nap, azonnal. Építkezet.
Parancs. Fát vágok.
I'm willing to do this because we need a castle over to hope to survive for much longer. We can probably kill these 3 knights. Let's go do that. And continue moving east. I think northward there's nothing that's not already walled. Let's lock this gate. Take these knights down with us. Let's grab Bodkin Arrow. Okay, their bowmen can wait for later.
Parancs. Építkezet. Építkezet.
As soon as this castle comes up, we'll have some pop space. Building on the deer isn't horrible either, because we'll have access to a steady food income.
Igen, igenis. Vadászok.
Now I can get inside and heal up and start
Szolgálatnál.
doing some more cool stuff, such as building a second town center up here.
Kezek. Parancs. Igen. Megyek. Vadász. Jó napot. Igenis.
Jó
Építkezek.
napot. Igen. Igenis. Építkezet.
Alright, now our primary directive
Parancs. Azonnal. Értem.
is to start booming as much as we can.
Szolgálatára. Megyek. Gyűjtögetek.
Jó napot. Bányászok. Bányászok.
I need stone. Let's grab this stone.
Parancs.
Parancs. Építkezet.
That's Francia in the Imperial Age.
Szolgálat.
Not a fan of that.
Értettem. Fát vágok.
Okay, I need murder holes next. I already have Bodkin. Very good. Definitely need murder holes if I'm going to live for any amount of time here.
Szolgálatára. Bányászok.
Igen.
Igen. Megy. Bányászok.
Got a couple more sheep here. Yeah, so north side almost certainly doesn't need any walling. Okay, we need a university. Let's not forget.
Jó napot. Igen. Azonnal. Építkezek. Szolgálat. Igen, azonnal. Igenis. Bányászok. Jó napot. Építkezek.
Szolgálatára.
Parancs. Jó napot. Építkezek.
Okay, there's another wave of reds coming at us soon. I need the food for murder holes. Murder holes, murder holes. That is the priority number 1 right now.
Igen. Szolgálatára. Jó napot. Igen. Azon parancs. Értettem. Bányászok.
Jó napot. Bányászok.
Okay, that's a bunch of melee units.
Szolgálat. Igenis. Bányászok.
Seems like they're a bit confused. Yeah, their pathfinding is all borked up. Thank goodness for good walling, I guess.
Igen. Építkezek.
Igen. Jó napot. Parancs. Megyek. Építkezek.
That does buy me a lot of valuable time here. Okay, murder holes is coming online.
Szolgálat. Azonnal. Bányászok.
I'm not even gonna try to wall off in that area.
Parancs.
Instead, I'm gonna start thinking about
Szolgálatára.
building some trade carts.
Vadászok.
It's like these guys are confused or something. I'm getting a totally free boom. Courtesy of orange cheeses, I guess.
Építkezek.
Let's build a dock here. Do I have bid-axe or anything? I don't have any eco-techs right now at all, which is why my pop is not very efficient. Let's grab bid-axe now. And continue booming. I don't really have a need to declare war against the Bulgarians. I feel like Francia by itself is going to be enough for me.
Jó napot. Szolgálatára. Igen. Építkezek.
Jó napot.
Yeah, red still doesn't seem to have gotten a clue. Which truthfully suits me just fine.
Építkezek.
Let's pick up horse collar just in preparation.
Parancs. Megyek. Építkezek.
And start thinking about market placement. Does green even have a market? I've got no idea. Yeah, I think I totally gamed the pathfinding here. Though, to be fair, it might actually be better to not game the pathfinding because I do want this castle eliminating something. I think the build that I want to go for is Magyar Hussars with elite heavy cavalry archers. So if we can keep this stall going, that would be greatly appreciated. This might come back to bite me later, because I feel like they're sending more and more waves. Let's pick up ballistics. Thanks for reminding me. Get wheelbarrow next as well. Maybe that dodging woke them up a little bit.
Jó napot. Igen, értettem. Igenis. Megyek. Értettem. Építkezek.
Our stone miners have finished.
Szolgálat.
I'm gonna build my markets like right here. Has the levee broken? It has. This is actually good though, otherwise these units would just keep stacking up on us. And that is really not good. We don't want them to all just attack us at the same time. Let's grab masonry. Yeah, imagine them sending trebs here. I think this is the right move in the end. I like to try to get to the Imperial Age too. Look, they've got paladins coming.
Our emperor is prepared to pay you 2,000 gold if you declare war on the Bulgarians. On top of that, he will pay you 500 gold for every Bulgarian fortification that you destroy.
An interesting prospect. Yeah, this is good. They're trying to get through us. I don't get fortified wall as these guys, unfortunately. Let's get bowsaw. Do we still... No, we don't have any idea what their market is. Okay, I want to get to Imperial Age here. Let's do that now. Good. We can buy some stone back if we need to. And there's the trebuchets. Not sure what it's aiming at. But I'll take it. Okay, this first treb fortunately lined itself up in range of us. We're halfway to Imp. Let's get Corvinian army.
Jó napot! Azon építkezek.
Szolgálják.
Let's buy a little bit of stone here. Is this where their market is? If green doesn't have a market, I'm gonna be real sad.
Parancs. Építkezek.
Okay, we are clearing them out. This is great. Let's do conscription. I want to do bracer next if possible. Let's chemistry first is good. There's the market.
Szolgálják. Gyűjtögetek.
Igen.
All right. I'd like to get hoardings at some point as well. Let's do that now. And we can do bracer next. Come on, I know we can summon up the food. There we go. Finally clearing out all these range units. There's another wave of pallies. Now this time we will have a response force in place if they send us more trebs, which I fully expect at this point. But now we're finally clearing out these range units after all this time. Do plate barding armor. Get more Magyar Hussars out.
Parancs. Szolgálják. Igen, ára. Építkezek.
No idea how these guys got through, but they did.
Jó napot! Értem. Bányászok.
Jó napot.
Parancs. Igenis. Bányászok.
Let's do elite Magyar Hussar.
Igen, azonnal. Építkezek.
And leather archer armor. We're in really good shape now. I think we're gonna win.
Igen. Parancs. Megyek. Építkezek.
Did our archery range survive? Yes, it did. Let's pick up Parthian tactics.
Értettem. Építkezek.
And now the scenario seems to be more or less won. Let's grab gold shaft mining so that we can improve the rate that we mine.
Jó napot. Szolgálatára. Építkezek. Építkezek. Jó napot.
Szolgálatára. Építkezek. Parancs. Építkezek.
Igen. Építkezek.
Let's get the last archer upgrade as well. We still need thumb ring too, so our archers are quite weak at the moment.
Szolgálatára. Az megyek. Építkezek.
Pick up a recurve bow and elite cavalry archer too. Start producing more of these bad boys.
Igen. Szolgálatára. Várj.
We should not have a shortage of wood, honestly. It's a bit weird. Yeah, not sure what borked their pathfinding there, but walling up the way that I did evidently was super effective. Maybe it was this little loop here that prevented them from getting to my castle. That just completely confused those guys. Alright. So we know red is off in the west here. I'd like a forward base of operations if possible. Let's pick up thumb ring. Let's pick up heavy cavalry archer. Keep turning these Magyar hussars out. Let's grab two-man saw to have our wood choppers be more population efficient now. And oh yes, the Magyar stuff. We all in it, boys. We made it. Seems like this area is as good a staging point as any. I do not want to accidentally declare war on the Bulgarians. That would be terrible at this point in time.
Parancs. Jó nap. Igenis. Azonnal. Építkezek.
Nice. We are pop capped. You love to see it. And now we are encroaching upon Red's territory here. Are there any villagers out here to kill? There's a market here. Let's pick up Siege Engineers, Treadmill Crane. Now, these skirmishers aren't even a good matchup against these cavalry archers. They will trade cost efficiently, but not pop efficiently. Man, Matt, your units look so cool. And we deserve this. We played this well.
Jó napot. Épít.
We have breached the enemy base. And we have officially reached the late game, ladies and gentlemen. Here's the Francia town center.
Igen.
Igen, megyek.
We still get 2 villagers. That's just funny as hell at this point.
Építkezek.
Parancs. Jó nap. Igen. Bányász. Szolgálatnál. Parancs. Megy.
I thought that was an enemy treb shooting at me at first.
Igen.
Szolgálatnál.
All right, Francia. If only your units weren't so gosh darn stupid. If only they could walk around a wall,
Jó napot. Építkezek.
then none of this would have happened. How much is spies? 24k? That means Francia still has quite a few villagers. Or it could just be that it's counting Bulgaria's villagers. Yeah, now they're just running skirmishers into us. It's all but over.
Jó napot.
Parancs igenis. Építkezek.
Great. So, I really like this mission. This is probably one of the highlights of the campaigns that I've played so far, at least. Late game Magyars, early game raiding Magyars. I really like the mix and the pacing of the scenario. I did do a first attempt that didn't work out where I didn't defeat Moravia. So it's not really optional to defeat Moravia early. You kind of have to. But it's one of those scenarios that rewards quick thinking and acting fast. So I don't really mind in the end. Okay, they still have a castle this way, because otherwise they wouldn't be sending a Treb this way. Looks like these poor guys ended up over-chopping their own base. I've never seen the AI suffer from that. Red's got another TC tucked back here. It's not long for this world, though. I will say, their base is very well fortified up here in the north. Any more stone piles anywhere? Guess we'll just have to settle for that gold pile. They're still sending trebuchets from the south, so that means they still have some resources to burn here. Careful that we don't build too close to Bulgaria.
Szolgálatál. Még várj.
I think there's still a castle to the south there.
Igen, megyek.
We keep getting villagers. We're still getting villagers for destroying TCs at this stage. Pretty funny stuff. Francia is running yurt too. Didn't know the Teutons were yurt builders. Alright. Red's base is pretty much completely cleaned out now. We just have to figure out where their last castle is. And we can be done with this. There it is. As if on cue. They actually got one of these tribs. Good on them, I guess. Let's see how much more we have to devastate here. Is it just that castle on the hill, or is there an entire base? Looks like it's just the lonely castle. Oh, no. It's a small village. There's even a monk. Ooh, our Hussar betrayed us. That was a mistake, my friend. You are not long for this world. Oh, the monk decided to off himself after making the conversion. So it looks like we are all set. I think we're going to win. Yeah, there's the monastery gone. It's a ghost town.
This land belongs to our people now, and Europe is open for us to plunder.
Yes. Cool. Amazing. So this was a fun level. Definitely in terms of pacing and like cool stuff going on, this is up there. Out of the 5 that I've played so far, this is probably my favorite one. Picard was good, but this one was really good. I think the key, again, is to take care of yellow first. Otherwise, you'll be stuck in the Castle Age. You'll be fighting yellow and red at the same time. And there'll probably be an Imperial Age, and you'll be stuck in Castle Age because you have to defeat one of them. So it'll become pretty much unwinnable if you don't take care of yellow as soon as possible. So that's my suggestion. I would do the first TC to get the extra villagers. Buy some time to get some upgrades on your initial units. And then I'll do the northern TC because it's a bit harder. There's 2 barracks, 2 towers as well. So you want to take that one out before it gets too much momentum. And then last but not least, you take the westernmost TC because it's still somewhat exposed. So you can deal with it last even if they gain some momentum there. That's just my suggestion. They don't seem to enjoy attacking walls. They seem to prefer going around walls. So walling intelligently and keeping castles at choke points is pretty much all you need to keep Francia out of the question. And after that happens, it's just a matter of not accidentally pissing off Bulgaria and booming up and destroying Francia.
The Magyar horsemen annihilated the Frankish army and utterly destroyed the Empire of Great Moravia. After centuries of wandering the steppes, they could finally settle down to create their own kingdom. Many, however, rejected the thought of exchanging their bows for plows. Not until Otto the Great, founder of the Holy Roman Empire, defeated them at the Battle of Lakefell, did the Magyar raids finally come to an end. After this defeat, the Magyar nomads adopted European ways, converted to the Christian faith, and transformed into farmers. They founded the Kingdom of Hungary, whose army was famed for its combined elements of nomadic horsemen and heavy cavalry. For centuries, Hungary would stand firm as the frontier stronghold of Europe, resisting invaders from the east, Invaders much like the first Magyar raiders who ventured into Europe.
Yeah, Hungarians sound badass. Okay. Right, so this was more like a frontline stronghold here. We actually gutted the main base already. Super, super fun level. Easily wallable here. Docks aren't useless. Turning from nomadic to sedentary. So, like, it encourages... Like, the pacing of the play for this level is just so good. And it feels unique compared to other scenarios. So whoever designed this one, mad props. This is probably one of my favorite scenarios to play, bar none. Like, this one is... I remember that a lot of people didn't like the original design. But this design feels really good. Like, really, really good. I guess, if anything, it would be cool if we could make it a little more clear that killing Moravia earlier is the best course of action. Let's see. Let's actually see if I missed something. When you want to raid, keep them weak. Yeah, I guess it's like it's not super clear that Moravia is the weakest faction out of them. It was heavily implied that the Avars were, which is why I went for them in my original playthrough. But actually going for Moravia first here ended up being the right thing to do. And yeah, these carts were making 75 gold per trip. That's pretty big. Didn't feel the need to fight these Bulgarians. And I don't think I would have been able to, honestly. So, trade partners it is. Alright. Anyway, that was Honfoglalás. My name's been The Clever Fool. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.